Thanks for tuning in to Dirt Biking with Donnie and Chase. I went down to Max Motorsports a little bit earlier today and I got some new stuff. Got some new gear. Stuff's already mud colored, so that's gonna come in handy. And it also matches my new graphics, my new plastics and graphics on my bike pretty well. So I'm pretty excited about that. Got the pants and the jersey that goes with it. So that's pretty cool. But that's not the reason I went down to Max. The reason I went down there was to get a new chain. During the race playing behind me, this was a really muddy race. I partially destroyed my chain, and I say partially because the chain's got almost 200 hours on it. So that's a pretty long life for an O-ring dirt bike chain, and it was about time to replace it anyway. The muddy race just really did it in, and I've got to put a new one on there now. But another thing I picked up is this Motion Pro MasterLink press tool, and I'm excited to try out this tool. Justin down at Max assured me that this will make my life a lot easier. I've struggled with MasterLinks in the past on O-ring chains, getting the MasterLink on and off of the bike. It can be kind of difficult, and I've destroyed some MasterLinks in the past getting them on and off using screwdrivers and pliers and things like that. I really should have bought something like this a long time ago, assuming this works well, but I want to test it out today and see how this thing works. So this thing's about 30 bucks. It's also available on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description. But really it's just the tool in the box and some instructions. It appears to be a pretty well made tool. It looks like it's a billet aluminum piece. It's anodized blue. It's labeled press off and press on. It's got some teeth that fit into the links of the chain, and it looks like that hex hole is probably to put an Allen wrench in there to stabilize the tool while you're turning these other screws. So that appears to be pretty straightforward. Let's try it out. Now at this point, ordinarily I'd start trying to pry this thing off with a screwdriver on one side and then the other. Usually I just end up getting frustrated and use a chain breaker tool to push one of the rivets through, and that, of course, that destroys the MasterLink. And position these two pins over the pins of the MasterLink. The instructions say turn it half a turn on each side at a time. So I'm going to get those lined up. This is a 10 millimeter Allen. Wow, that was easy. That is usually somewhat of a struggle, and it was just that easy to get that MasterLink out. And that MasterLink, I could reuse that if I needed to. If I was just taking the chain off for maintenance, I wanted to put it back on, I could reuse the MasterLink. So that's really nice. Now before I cut a new chain, I like to lay it out side by side with the chain I'm replacing just to make sure I've got the exact length. Now I'm going to cut these links off. I'm going to cut the chain right here so it'll be the same length as the old chain. This is a different tool. This is just a standard chain breaker tool, and I'll put a link to one of these in the description as well. You can get these at just about any place that sells dirt bike parts or motorcycle parts. You can also get them, I think Harbor Freight has these, and obviously you can get them on Amazon. So I'll put that link to Amazon in the description. So I'm just going to line this up on the link I want to cut. There's the pin, fell out the other side, so I know I'm done. Just going to compare one last time to make sure I got it the right length. Okay, now it's time to see if this thing works as well putting these things on as it does taking them off. Okay, this is where things typically get sort of difficult, because you have to compress these O-rings and get this plate on there. You have to compress it enough to get the clip into the grooves. So that can be kind of difficult sometimes without any tools or without a special tool. So let's see how this thing works. Put it on the press on side. Okay, it looks like we're getting close to where we need to be, so I'm going to take it off and check. It looks like I need to press it just a tad more. That should do it. So I'm pretty impressed with how this little tool works. I'm glad I've got it in the workshop now, because this is something I've always struggled with. Obviously I've only used it once, but it looks to be well made and it would last a long time, so I would definitely recommend it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. My specialty tool drawer is getting a little full. May have to rearrange some things.